Wow, stories.
Am I an idiot for selling my son's car to pay for my wife's treatment? I'm male 46, have a son, 17, with my ex. I have been married for 12 years to my wife, 45. The doctors recently found cancer in my wife, but quick enough to do chemo to shrink it, then remove it. It's not threatening if we are able to do this process. We needed money, and I had given my son my old car. I told him this was an emergency and I had to sell it. He wasn't the only one who had to make a sacrifice. My wife and I had to sell a lot of her jewelry and our laptop. He was really upset by this and complained to his mom, who said it wasn't fair that we took his car. It was his form of transportation. I told her I would give him rides to work if needed, and there is a school bus who could pick him up. They were really angered by this, and my son now doesn't want to come by this weekend. I feel bad that he is suffering, but this was an emergency. No idiots here. Did you say the car was his and put it in his name, or was it just a vehicle of yours that he would borrow? I mean, I can see how it sucks for the kid, but your wife has cancer. Some things are just more important in my opinion. If mom is so upset, why doesn't she help him get a car? Cancer is the a-hole here, not an idiot. Your wife's surgery was a super important emergency, worth sacrificing your son's car. That was a tough sacrifice though, even if necessary. I'd play it this way. When your wife is out of the hospital, start saving to buy a replacement car. Was he wrong to take the car? Let me know in the comments. Now, am I an idiot for not telling my husband about all my reward points cards? I, female 29, and have been married to my husband, male 30, for 9 years. I am a stay-at-home mom with 4 beautiful children under 10 years old. My husband makes $150K plus a year, but decides where every dollar and cent goes. 50% to day-to-day expenses, 25% to the children's education savings, 10% to family savings, 7.5% to his personal spending, and 7.5% to my personal spending. Any bonus he makes or money back from taxes goes immediately into retirement. Doing it this way leaves us no money for vacations or big trips. Since we got married and moved in with each other, I have been completely responsible for all the shopping, whether it is clothes, groceries, furniture, or whatever else. I learned very early on with the help of my mom how to coupon clip and how to use points cards to their maximum potential. I usually get 2 or 3 different reward points and save 10-25% per transaction I do. My husband only knew about the coupon clipping, not the rewards points. For the past 5 years, I've been going on a girls' trip with my family every year. I have been telling my husband that my sisters, sister-in-laws, mom, and grandma have been paying for me to go since I can't afford it, but in reality, I have been using the rewards points to pay for the ticket, using rewards to pay for our groceries, and using my difference to pay off my credit cards so that I am able to go on the trip. This year, my brothers, brother-in-laws, father, and grandfather decided to do their own boys' trip and invited my husband. My husband told them that unless they can help him as the girls help me, he would have to decline the invite. My brother responded to him with, "What do you mean? She says you pay for her to go." My husband confronted me about the situation, and I confessed to him what I have been doing. He was extremely hurt, saying that with all these points, we could have done a lot more as a family, rather than just one person hoarding them all to themselves. And if I set him up with his own credit cards to get even more points, it would have been a lot easier for us to do big family vacations. My entire family has been calling me selfish and a jerk for not being more open about the points, but I feel that work very hard to get to the point levels I have gotten to, and that making them more open for use would burn through them quickly and not allow them to be used for bigger things. You're an idiot, mostly for lying, but also your budget is very neatly split into common household expenses and personal spending. You leveraged the common household expenses to increase your personal spending capacity. Your husband is right. The points earned on using the cards for day-to-day expenses, and if they were for kids' education, should have been used for the benefit of the family. Not an idiot. I'm sorry, your husband earns $150K plus and you guys can't afford a holiday? Okay, so you've had to squirrel away money because your husband so heavily policies it? Like, you literally have to use coupons to afford groceries? Am I missing something? Was she wrong for lying, or is he being overly controlling? Let me know in the comments. Now, am I an idiot for reporting my teacher to the principal? I'm a 15-year-old female. This happened yesterday. I stayed home today and I have his class tomorrow and I'm stressed. My teacher is a very old, stubborn, strict man. And when I say strict, I mean strict. He will constantly monitor our computers to see what we're doing in his class. If we open any other tab to do anything, he closes it and tells us to get back to work. If we finish with our work and try to do other homework, he closes out those tabs and tells us to just close our Chrome books. This was annoying, but I just did as told because I did not want to get in trouble. So fast forward. We have 4 lunch periods and my class has 3rd lunch. My phone had died, so I decided I was going to use my Chromebook at lunch to pass the time. You can see where this is going, right? Anyways, at lunch, mindlessly scrolling through BuzzFeed when suddenly the tab closes. I thought maybe I had accidentally miskicked. I reopened the tab, but it closed again. I was confused, so I tried opening other tabs to see if it was just that website, but nope, they all closed. After about 1 minute of confusion, I finally realized what was going on. I was furious. I closed my Chromebook and finished lunch. When I went back to class, I asked my teacher about it. He said that the Chromebook was only to be used for school purposes. I told him that that wasn't fair because this was my leisure time and he should not be watching my Chromebook in my personal time. He kept telling me the same things over and over, so I just stayed quiet. I was still mad though, so during the passing period, I took a trip to the principal's office and reported him. The principal said she would look into it. When I got home and told my mom about the situation, she said I overreacted. She said that the computer was only for school use and I should not be using it for anything else. Now I'm worried. I'm wondering if I overreacted. But then again, I feel it's unfair and creepy that he's watching what I'm doing in my leisure time. Not an idiot. You will never be an idiot for reporting something to authority figures. If they did something wrong, they will get reprimanded. If they did nothing wrong, nothing will happen to them. Either way, you're in the clear. You're an idiot. But only a bit. Your mom is right, you can't complain when you use it for reasons other than what it is assigned for. The school has every right to monitor what students do on school Chromebooks. Just like an employer has the right to monitor work computers and emails. See it as a life lesson and move on. Is she being immature? Let me know in the comments.